So I have it open here. I'm using a Mac. This is Adobe Bridge 2020. It's what I like to call a digital asset management program. Actually, I don't like calling it that. I just like calling it Bridge, but you'll run into that term, DAM, which basically means that it's looking at organizing digital assets, which are basically files. And files in the digital world can be anything from animation files, flash files, JPEG files, whatever the file is. Adobe Bridge is a great way of organizing it, categorizing it so that you can get back with it, look it up, rank it. So it's a great way to tag images, meaning you can actually write information into what we call the EXIF, EXIF part of the file header of the data file. And it'll stay and follow that file. So the big thing in Adobe Bridge is you can see here in the Mac world, this little thing right here, that is Adobe Bridge, BR for Bridge. And if I click on that, it opens up a window. Let's do a new window so you can see what it looks like. And what this is showing me right now is that I am pointing this towards the file that has all of my saved images. So when you open up Bridge, what you need to do is this string right here, computer, users, my name, desktop. This is actually the kind of the tree of where this is. So you need to, the first time that you open Bridge, is point Bridge in the direction of the file that you actually want to see. So if you're putting all of your images inside an image on your desktop for this assignment, you can then get access to them visually by clicking them. So I had to go all the way down to this nested folder. These are some iPhone backup images. And this folder right here is the images that I'm showing you. So this one goes back, I think, to what? January 2020. So there's a lot of images in there. And I can kind of scroll down, check them out, right? And when I click on the image, here's an image right here. This is me and our horse Blue John. And the way that I took this image was kind of holding the camera below. Well, actually, it was the cell phone, and then photographing Blue John. That's the name of the horse. Blue John Love's face from the bottom up, so it almost looks like my face is his face, or at least his lips. So that's what horse lips look like. You probably should know if you're from Harford County. Anyway, so that's the image number. IMG 7546, and this is some data on the image down here, and things of that nature. You can move these windows around. You can make them bigger or smaller. This thing right here has always been problematic. This is like a magnifier glass. I've never found it very helpful, and then it's very difficult to kind of get off. So the way that the interface works here with Bridge is that it allows you to move around your images, make them larger or smaller. And if you've got a lot of images in the folder, it might actually take a little bit of time. But the key here is in editing your images, or at least in our world, we call that selecting the images. Selecting the images is editing them out from all of the images that you have. So if you're not actually making good selections on what actually to pursue inside Photoshop, you essentially are wasting your time. Well, probably not necessarily wasting your time if you're learning Photoshop for the first time. But you only have so much time to render images. So you want to make sure that you're rendering your best images. And that's the million-dollar question. What are your best images? So as a photographer or image maker, you'll soon get better at that by looking at lots of images, talking about them, and finding out why things are successful or not. What we're going to talk about today are ratings. So what you are charged to do in this class is to rate your images. So for instance, what you'll need to do is kind of like take a look at images, and here I'm using just the forward arrow tool, and this is showing me images, and as I get to the images that I might like, I will determine if they are something that I want to pursue. What I typically do first is I go through all the images, get a sense of the ones that are the best, and if there's something really good that I like from the beginning, like this one with art and Jesus, I might immediately just make it 5 stars, right? Like depending on the assignment or whatever, I might say, wow, that's something, because you can always change the rating, but that's something that I want to rank. You might see something immediately that you don't think has any, merit, and you might just give that no stars or 1 star. You can see up here, if you go under label, you can see no rating, reject, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. I talk about what those mean. 5 stars are generally images that you know that you're going to be putting in your slideshow. 4 stars most likely. 3, there's a possibility. 2, more likely not. 1, definitely not, but there is some merit to the image. Rejecting an image takes it actually off of your desktop, so you don't see it here in Bridge. And no rating is like kind of similar to that, but generally that's images that aren't connected to the project that you're shooting. So that's a good way of kind of siphoning those off. The key here is that if you go through and you rank every single image that you shot, you can then go back in the filter section here and see how many images you've given 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star, and then start with the images that are the highest ranked when you start to begin to look at them inside Photoshop. So for instance, let's click here the 3 star or the 5 star images. So this is an image here that we just looked at and gave it a 5 star ranking. And if you double click this, it will immediately open in Photoshop. Okay? And we'll talk more about Photoshop in the next segment here with these screencasts. Remember, if you have any questions, make sure to come to the early morning 9 to 10 open office hours, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of each week, or send me a message and maybe we can hook up at some other time for one-on-one instruction, or I can answer your questions. Also, by the way, if you get a hold of Tatiana Rodriguez and or Ariel Palayo through their email, they'd be more than happy to discuss these same things and help you as well. Okay, thanks.